Once you have a mix of style and class definitions you find useful, it can be a pain to copy that into each page of your website. But you want each page to have a similar look and feel. The idea of a style sheet is to encapsulate a collection of style and class definitions you like into an external file, called a style sheet. Then each page in your website can reference this style sheet using a link element. Style sheets provide a convenient way to ensure all your pages have the same look and feel. So, how do we create a style sheet? Simple, using the skills we learned about using Notepad in the previous course. Open your web page in Notepad. Select all the contents between style and end style and use Ctrl-X to cut this text into the clipboard. Open another copy of Notepad. Right-click the Notepad icon on the taskbar and paste the contents of the clipboard into this fresh Notepad file using Ctrl-V. Save this file under a name you like, but use a suffix of .css for cascading style sheet. In our example, we'll use spastyle.css for still plugging away style. Back in your original web page, replace the style start and end tags with a link tag, like link href equals spastyle.css, rel equals style sheet, type equals text/css. After this, all other pages in your website should include this link element in their head, and they will then have the style and class definitions defined in the style sheet. Sweet! Furthermore, if you decide to change some style properties, you only need to do it in the style sheet for the change to automatically take effect for all the pages that reference the style sheet. Note, you need to save your changes, and if you're using a server, you need to upload the updated style sheet, of course. If you have a model or starter or skeleton HTML file, be sure to add this link element to it. Now, it is totally possible for a single web page to contain multiple style sheet links, as well as style elements and style attributes within elements in the body. Your browser is charged with the process of combining all these sources and resolving conflicts. The standard provides the detailed guidelines, and this is the cascading part of cascading style sheets. What are the explicit rules and procedures for blending all the sources of style properties within a document? Typically, the closer a property is to the element where it's being used is the property that is used. So, for example, a color might be chosen based on if the color property appears in a style attribute in an element. For example, P, style equals color :blue. The blue color will override any color attributes in an embedded style element or a link to external style sheet. If the color property appears in a style element for P, for example, style P color :red end style, then all P elements will be red unless they are explicitly changed for a specific P element using the style attribute, or use a class that changes the color attribute. If the color property appears in a style sheet for P, then that color will be used unless overridden by a style element or a style attribute in the P element. If the color property appears for P elements in multiple style sheets, the color actually used may depend on the order of the link statements that reference the style sheets. For those taking the web version of this course, OneLab sets up an experiment to test this. This is a good time to look at comments for style sheets. You may recall that for HTML, comments are of this form: !! ! ! ! then this content is commented out and comments can cross line boundaries ending with -- greater than. Comments within style elements and style sheets are of this type, /*. This content is commented out and it can cross multiple line boundaries, ending in an */. There are two reasons to insert comments. First, to provide documentation of the HTML or style code, perhaps a reminder of why something was coded in a particular way or with a particular value. Second, to temporarily remove content, perhaps to do some trial and error experiments or to preserve a value to use for testing and debugging. For example, in our Implementing the Flying Drones Academy webpage, we had colored borders around the various boxes to give us some visual information about where box boundaries were. Now, instead of removing the color borders, you might just comment them out in case you need them later. For example, here's our footer style rule, and notice we've commented out the border. Finally, you might start saving links, URLs, to web pages you find especially attractive or especially bad. It's good to get some ideas you can use or avoid in your own work. So in this session, we saw how to build style sheets, how to reference style sheets, a little bit about how cascading works, and how to use comments in HTML and style sheets. In the next lesson, we explore how to test and debug your web pages and style sheets. See you there.